Hey everyone, I think we are live. Welcome to the show. This is Ant Flow Friday. I'm Gina Bonanno with Raw News and Politics. I have my friend Alex Coles here, or Alex with Devil's Advocate Productions here.
How's it going?
Um, so this is our weekly Ant Flow Friday where we rant and rave and just let it flow freely. So welcome to the show, everybody who's watching. We got a small audience right now, but I'm sure we'll have more people joining us. So I want to remind everyone to subscribe to Raw News and Politics, subscribe to Devil's Advocate Productions. We're both on YouTube. We're both on pretty much every social media platform. We're also over on Twitch. So please subscribe over there. Need to get those numbers up. And sorry if my volume is bouncing around here again. So I'm gonna have to keep an eye on it.
We fix it live. We do it live. It's leftist technology, baby.
Yeah. So anyway, we have a ton of stuff to get to. We have a lot of Hasan derangement syndrome going on. Like it's off the charts right now. I've never seen them after anyone, meaning the establishment and the right. I've never seen them join forces like this ever.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Mean, yeah, it's out of control.
And it's got to be terrifying
is.
for him, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. You know. I mean, so for anybody who is watching that hasn't been hearing all this craziness, we should probably start there. Here's what's been going down. So here's this list of a bunch of different Democrats who have all condemned Hasan Piker. Okay. And this is just a small list. This was like the first of the Democrats who came out to condemn a Twitch streamer. For some reason, they felt that this was so important. This was just such an issue in our society today with a freaking fascist regime, a psychopath, sociopath running our country, someone who's been accused of being a pedophile running our country. But no, we've got to stop to condemn Hasan Piker. It's insanity. And just to give everyone an idea, this is how widespread it is. So you've got this post, Jimmy Panetta. He wasn't even on the list that I just shared. You've got this guy, Brad Sherman, and you have Democrats now saying that when they come back into session, they're going to put together a formal condemnation of Hasan Piker.
Wow, yeah. I didn't hear about this.
Yeah, they're literally saying, like, yeah, when we get back, I forget which one of them it was. I'll see if I can come across it in what I've put in here. But yeah, they're saying, you know, we are going to, I don't know if they said censure or if they're just going to put in writing how they condemn Hasan Piker's comments.
Oh my God.
And here's the thing, for anyone who hasn't been following this madness, here's what Hasan Piker said in a nutshell. He said, by everyone in the media and by Israel trying to conflate every Jewish person with the actions of Israel and the IDF and the genocide, by doing that, you are putting Jewish people at risk. You are inviting people to take action, to take violent action, to do things to harm Jewish people in America. Yeah. And he was warning that you should not do this because it's dangerous for them. It's something that, you know, puts their lives at risk unnecessarily, and you just shouldn't conflate the two. And immediately it was turned into, oh, well, you know, he's an anti-Semite. He's blaming Jewish people for the violence against them. No, he's not. Like, so false. Such a freaking lie. And then it starts coming out that some of the people who are condemning him have said the exact same thing. Did you see this, Alex?
The Dana Bash?
Yeah, Dana Bash or
Yes.
Dana Bash, even Neera Tanden. Let me show you guys what I mean by this. So Neera Tanden, who, okay, you know that I've had it, ladies. They have their I have it segment.
hmm
I think we should start a segment called "This Bitch,"
Yeah.
whether it's a man or a woman.
Yes.
This bitch, like on my last nerve. Like Neera Tanden is on my last freaking nerve.
You know what? In the theme of the show, let's call it the used pad.
Yeah.
The used
Okay.
pad of the week. Who's
Right.
your used pad of the week? It's Neera Tanden.
This is the poon plug I'm throwing away.
Bone
So
plug. That's great. I've never heard that before. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
so, yeah, here's here's one of her tweets. Um like April 4th of this year, she was saying no one knows who Hasan Piker is. Now all of a sudden, she's, oh, Hasan Piker, we have to do something because he's so well known and he's so popular, and people are gonna fall in line, and people are gonna go out and commit acts of violence against Jewish people because he said something. It's like, make up your mind, lady. Is he popular or does no one know who he is? Right?
Right.
Then it comes out. Let me show you this next bit of hypocrisy. So Dana Bash had Netanyahu on and confronted him, which I'll play the video in a minute so you guys can hear it for yourself. Confronted him about inviting hate and violence against Jewish people. And Neera Tanden agreed with her. She says, here, Netanyahu, who hopefully will lose his job, here attacks Haley for Michigan for stating the obvious fact that Netanyahu is making Jews in America and the world less safe. Really, really, Neera Tanden, how is that any different than what Hasan said?
Yeah. Yeah.
Such hypocritical bullshit.
It's not, and this clip is from a handful of months ago. This was right before the primary with Haley
Yeah.
Stevens and Abdullah Sayed. I remember lefties saying, "Oh, this is probably strategy from Haley Stevenson's camp." Going, look, Israel's super
Right.
unpopular. They got the clip of me saying, "Israel comes to me in my dreams" on repeat. I
Mm-hmm.
need Netanyahu to disavow me so I can point to this and be like, "See, I'm not in the bag for Israel. Vote for me."
Yeah,
That
because
was the
everybody was
lefties,
pointing out rightfully how much money she gets from APAC.
right?
Yeah,
So then even Neera Tanden is pointing, well, it's Bibi. He hopefully loses his job because he's the only person doing bad things. It's not the entire government of
yeah,
Israel or the 70 years of conditioning
yeah.
propaganda that led up to
Terror
this.
group, which they call the IDF. Yeah.
Right, right.
So I want to play that for everybody.
Yes.
What Dana Bash said to him and his response, which she starts arguing with him, by the way. So let me show you guys this.
Good bit of play fighting.
Jews in Congress who support Israel and support what you just said say that a lot of the actions by you and your government are making Jews in the United States unsafe. Congresswoman Haley Stevens, she's running for Senate in Michigan, said Benjamin Netanyahu has made us less safe. He has frankly put Jews in an uncomfortable position across the country. Have you?
Well, it's made her uncomfortable because she can't stand up for the truth. She's trying to probably excuse anti-Semitism. You know,
she's not. She's. I mean, I just want to explain. She's somebody who supports Israel. She supports funding Israel, which is diminishing big time among Democrats and even some Republicans in the United States Congress.
So when it's an establishment Democrat, when it's somebody who isn't going to upset the status quo, isn't going to take the silver spoons out of all of their mouths and, wind up
Right.
with cutting their funding they're totally on board and defending her. But when it's Hasan Piker, Dana Bash has been out there towing the same line as all of these other people, slamming
Yeah.
him. Oh, he's anti-Semite, and he really needs to go. He can't be anywhere near the Democratic Party. He's going to incite violence against them.
Yeah, it's just
Oh my God.
racism. It's just racism.
Yeah.
I was actually having an interview yesterday with this cultural commentator slash rapper who put out an album on Monday. I reacted to
Mhm.
the album. He said, "Hey, this is really cool," and we did an interview yesterday. And somehow Hassan Piker came up. My wife is like, "Dude, why are you talking about this guy so much?" I'm like, "It's all anybody's talking about." I brought him up, and he was like, "Who's that?" And I was like, "Oh my God, I'm talking to a real person." I had to like reality check
Yeah.
myself, and I brought up a picture of him, and he's like, "Oh yeah, he looks kind of familiar." And I'm like,
Oh,
"He
too
is
fun.
the only thing." Like, I'm like, "Dude, I wish I was you right now. I wish I didn't hear this much about Hassan Piker." Like,
Yeah.
real people are not that tapped in right now. It is
Yeah.
the dog days of summer. It's the end, right? Everybody's maybe starting to pay attention to the news a little bit. And what is most people's news diet? Scrolling Twitter or scrolling Instagram, maybe the
Mhm.
Apple News feed, whatever it is, or watching your local news half hour in the evening, and that's it. So
Yeah.
people are not getting this wall to wall coverage of this guy, and as much as they hear about him, they're like, "Oh, he seems reasonable," or whatever. Or if they only saw those heavily edited clips where he's responding to chatters and people are saying that it's actually his words coming out of his
Yeah.
mouth, then they go, "Oh, I'm freaked out about it." Or they have some kind of financial incentive to hate on him.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. Dana Fash, is, as I call her, is just in the bag for Israel. Like,
Oh,
literally,
yeah.
this is like a kayfabe kind of a professional wrestling play fight to help get Stevens elected, which didn't work. And
Mhm.
I saw uh, her. She was on Bill Maher this weekend or last weekend when he said, Democrats have a Jewish problem, and she was like, "Yes, they do. Yes, they do."
She's so
Just
full of shit.
it's full of
Wow,
shit.
yeah. It's totally full of shit. Like, these people have just exposed themselves. Such a mask off moment. I
Yeah,
mean, when they sound exactly like Fear News Network, you know what they're all about.
yeah.
Speaking of which, so Josh Gottheimer went on Fear News Network to bash Hassan Piker. Actually, I think it may have been him. Let me play the clip of him, because it may have been him who said that he's going to write something up and condemn him. Like we don't have more pressing issues in our
Yeah.
country right now for them to deal with. No, they got to draft something, legislation to condemn a streamer. So check this out.
That's so dumb.
Hiker is an anti-Semite. It is what it is, and I don't think he would even claim otherwise. He tries to slice the words up. At the end of the day, that's what he is. Nobody should be anywhere near this guy. No one should campaign with him. No one should repost him. And frankly, anyone who is quiet right now is complicit. Everyone should come out against this guy, and we should vote to condemn him when we get back to Congress. Again, Mike Lawler and I have a resolution. I'm hoping that Republican leaders should bring it to the floor so we can stand up to him and to people like Candace Owens who are spewing hate across the board.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
So it was him.
conflation. Oh my God, the conflation. There's so many things I want to talk about in that clip. The conflation of him and Candace Owens. They're really trying hard to be like
Hmm.
him and Candace Owens, same kind of crazy, just
Yeah.
evil, anti-Semitic, just bad, with no delineation in their politics. Also, the fact that it's Mike Lawler that he's partnering with, so New Jersey and New York coming together to do some dumb shit. Mike Lawler is the upstate Democrat who kind of started all this. Like, Cuomo mentioned him in the debate with Zohran Mamdani, and that spiked, Google searches of who the hell is this Hasan guy that Andrew Cuomo just mentioned on a national fucking debate stage. But then it was only a couple months later, I think in February or March of this year, where Effie Phillips Staley was a candidate who was running to primary Mike Lawler. She went on Hasan's show. And after she did that, a bunch of the upstate, different county Democratic chairs got together, wrote a memo, pushing it out, saying, we condemn Hasan Piker and anyone who
Oh, I
calls on her
remember
show.
that. I do
Yeah.
remember that.
And that was the beginning of this fucking months long national fucking story where he is at the center of it.
Yeah.
It was them who made him a story, because what else do they have to run on? Nothing. We can't show that
Yeah.
we're fighting against Trump. We can't, because we're not. We can't show
Yeah.
that we've done anything. I mean, that Hakeem Jeffries video he put out the other day where he was like, we got rid of Kristi Noem. We got rid of Pam Bondi. No, you fucking didn't.
Yeah.
Trump just fired them on a whim. You didn't stop him on. We pushed him on Epstein. We pushed him on the war. What do you mean pushed him? Wrote a letter?
He's so full of shit too.
Tweeted at him?
Seriously, like,
Yeah.
when have they ever fought the Republicans or even Donald Trump as much as they're fighting Hasan Piker right now?
Yeah.
Like, they're on every channel. They never have a coordinated message. This has been my gripe with the with the Democratic Party forever, is that they don't have a cohesive messaging unit. They don't have people who put things together like they do on the right and say, okay, put out a blast. Here's the message we're all going to push at the same time, so
Yeah.
it gets traction. But yet when it comes to, Hasan Piker, all of a sudden they've got this coordinated hit campaign going.
Yeah.
It just shows you exactly who they are and what they stand for, which is they do not, just as Hakeem Jeffries came out and said, no, I'm not for Medicare for all. No, I'm not for abolishing ICE.
Yeah.
I mean, they make it very clear. They are not going to give an inch on these things. And it's like I said to you, like a week or two ago, that I think they would be happy if Democratic socialist candidates or even just progressives lost in November, because it allows them to hold on to power. Not power in Washington, not in DC, but power as far as with the donors.
Speaking engagements, book tours, national news appearances, getting
insider trading.
Insider trade. Yeah.
Yeah.
They care more about lining their own pockets. The consultants care more about keeping their own jobs. And if people power works, then we don't need consultants. And that's the problem. Yeah. That's the thing that they're fighting tooth and nail against. I mean, we played, when I was upstate, the clip of Joe Scarborough ranting and raving. And really, that frustration, that anger is because he feels the grip on power is slipping out of his hands. His influence is slipping out of his hands. Yeah. That's what they feel. That nobody gives a shit what Hakeem Jeffries is saying or Chuck Schumer is saying. Nobody gives a shit what Elisa Slotkin is saying or all these Democrats. Right. Like, especially when you're going on Fox to say this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, Gottheimer in that clip says, he's an anti-Semite. He wouldn't even disagree with that. That's slander. Like, yes, he has. Yeah. He has several times in the last decade that he's been doing this said, I am not anti-Semitic. I care about Jews. It is the policies of the state of Israel that I disagree with, which, me too. And I'm Jewish. So what are you fucking going to say to me, Gottheimer, you fucking cunt from New Jersey? You fucking trash state. I'm sorry. That's my New York blood. I'm sorry. I love Kevin Smith. I love Bruce Springsteen. It's okay.
I mean, all they're doing is fueling this narrative on the right, which would be happening with or without the Democrats, right?
Yes.
The Republicans would be pushing Hasan Piker, trying to make him the poster child for the Democratic Party right now. Anyway, they would already be pushing the whole communist, scary communist idea. But now you have the Democrats dogpiling and going, yeah, you're right. Yeah, he is horrible. Oh, yeah. It's either A, that they don't want progressives to win because, as you and I have both now said, they want to hold on to power and continue to have their palms greased, or it's B, they're so ignorant and so weak and pathetic that they are afraid of their own shadow. And as they always do, they allow the right to shape the narrative. And then
Yeah.
they play defense instead of offense.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
think
if they really wanted to win in November, they would be going, "No, he didn't say that. It's fine.
right.
You're lying. You're full of shit, and we're going to talk about the issues that matter to American people."
Yeah, and you got some Democrats coming out, like Chris Rabb, notably. I remember yesterday we talked about this on the space station. Everybody go follow this space TV. That's how
Mhm.
Gina and I know each other. We got like 20 different hosts live Monday through Thursdays. But Chris Rabb, a couple other politicians have come out and been like, "That's not what he said." He's clearly like pointing to Neera Tanden, Dana Bash, saying the
Right.
same thing a few months ago. Um, and I disagree with you. Like, I don't think they would be talking about Hassan Piker if it wasn't for Andrew Cuomo and the upstate New York Democrats making him a story, because he's been doing this for 10 plus years. They could have brought him up at any point in any election to try and
Yeah.
attack. Oh, look at him endorsing this candidate, or in 2020 playing Among Us with AOC. Like,
Mhm.
that's going to happen if and when, fingers crossed, knock wood, AOC runs for president. They're going to be attacking her with those. Hey, Hassan
Yeah, no.
Piker.
I I am definitely over AOC. I am definitely done with her. After her saying oh, I'm still gonna vote for Hakeem Jeffries, and now he's out there saying no on Medicare for all, and she doesn't come out and condemn that. It's like, mm.
I hope. Look, I don't like that either. I'm mad about it too.
And him
Who
meeting
else?
with Jared Kushner, and she doesn't have
Yes.
a freaking thing to say about it. She doesn't say, "Hey, you know what? I'm done. I was gonna endorse him, but this shit of cozying up to the Trumps and trying to figure out they're gonna work together, somebody who he should be investigating
Yeah.
and trying to send charges to the DOJ over."
Yeah. I
Mm.
agree. I agree. I don't like it. My my hope, my best faith interpretation of what she's doing is like, I don't want to fight right now, and I'll just say this so this is not an issue that I get asked a million times. And when it comes to January and we win the fucking midterms, then I can be like, actually, fuck that. I'm not gonna do that, because she can always change her mind. That's my
Eh,
hope and my fingers crossed. So we'll have to wait and see. And I don't like it. I wish
I
she
don't
would
know.
come out and be like, "This is unacceptable. You should we should absolutely be investigating this fucking guy who's like unilaterally making deals in the fucking Middle East for land in Gaza to build resorts on, trying to get a fucking island in Albania is crazy. It's crazy. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Like, Hakeem Jeffries needs to be replaced. He should absolutely not be Speaker of the House. I
No.
don't know why. I don't know why. So I'm gonna leave it there on that one.
Yeah.
But I think the other thing is like the resolution to condemn him. This is similar to when a couple of years ago the Democrats did a resolution to condemn like communism or something, or it might
Mhm.
have been the Republicans, and they all signed on to vote for it, as if they could then go, look, we all voted to condemn communism. So you'll stop calling us communists, right? No, they won't. They called Bill Clinton a communist. They called Obama
No.
a communist. They called Joe Biden a communist. They
Yeah.
called
And
Hillary
and then
communist.
Republicans are just gonna use this against the Democrats in the midterms.
Yeah,
They're gonna say, "Oh, look, even his own party,
right.
even the Democrats are running away from him. Even they are condemning him." Democrats are, like I said, they're either just as corrupt or the most weak, feckless, just little ninnies. Like,
Yeah.
walking testicles on the planet. Like, seriously.
I think they
This is
really,
why I'm an independent. This is
yeah.
why
I mean,
seriously, yeah.
I'm a
I do
registered
want to
Democrat so
play.
I can vote in the primaries and push it left. That's the only reason.
Yeah, I do want to play a couple more clips. So this was, and this is a perfect example. Here you have a Fear News Network host comparing Hassan Piker to Hitler.
Still tried to paint him as associated with David Duke. What's the difference between David Duke and Hasan Piker when you look at some of the things that he has said?
Sorry, David Duke. I was thinking of a different one. Just as bad. I mean, Grand Wizard of the KKK, right?
Which, I mean, you want to bring this motherfucking shit back up?
Yeah.
Here's what Donald Trump said when he was asked about it. I don't know the guy. I don't
Yep.
know if he likes me. I like him.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like
I
he
don't know what he
barely.
stands for. I don't know what he's all about. And they're
Yeah.
like, he was the grand wizard, a grand wizard for the KKK. Well, I don't know. I mean, I just don't know anything about him. And they're like, we just told you about him. We
Yeah.
just told you who he is and what he's all about. Are you going to condemn him? I don't know. I'd have to look into it. I don't know who he is.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
like,
David Duke's heart breaks now that
yeah.
Fox is comparing him.
I'm sorry. And for anybody watching, I'm going to leave a link down below. I don't want to play it because I don't know if there's if I'll get hit with, using somebody else's content. But I'll leave a link. There's a video that someone created of Hasan Piker specifically telling other people at events, like speaking at events and saying, we should not confuse Jewish people with the actions of Netanyahu and the Israeli government and the IDF. Anti-Semitism needs to be quashed. It needs to be stomped out. It is not right. It's disgusting. It's hatred. Like, and I'm talking about, I think it's something like a 20, 30-minute clip of all the different times that he has said things like this. So to compare him to David Duke, who is a full-on 100%, tried and true fucking racist to his core, hates anyone who isn't white Christian, male, pretty much. I would imagine he also hates women.
Yeah, it usually goes in the same bucket.
Yeah, I mean, it usually goes hand in hand. But yeah, I mean, to compare the two of them is obscene and the most ridiculous thing that idiot woman could have ever said.
I would love a compilation of all the times Fox News has defended David Duke.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot. It's a lot for decades, like for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, again, Hasan Piker's a streamer, very educated, like reads a lot, knows a lot about politics, way more than me. But I'm a
Any
Jew.
of us, yeah.
I'm a Jew. I never had any connection to Israel at all, ever. Matter of fact, one of the few good things my mom has taught me is like, yeah, fuck Israel. Her father came from Russia, escaped the pogroms going on before World War II, when Russia was doing that shit, and came to New York, met his wife in Brooklyn, knew after the war, like my mom's fucking old, dude, and knew after the war it was the nationalist, like right-wing lunatic Jews from Europe who were going to Israel to found that country. Like that's who did it. It was the same people who came and founded America. It was the persecuted religion. No, it was you're too far right and like too conservative of Christians. So they left Europe to come to America to set up their own puritanical country. That's the same thing that happened in Israel. The puritanical, lunatic, furthest right Jews in Europe after the Holocaust, and richest, the ones who had the money to survive, the money to travel and uproot everything, and were promised land there, and were supported by I think the British government initially in doing the Nakba. Like that's who founded Israel. So It's
Wow.
never. It's not part of my culture.
Hmm.
It's not. It's not part of. I would argue most Jews don't think about Israel this much. It's just like
Yeah.
it's another country. It's got
Yeah.
our Star of David on the flag, but like, no, dude, no.
Yeah. I mean, it's no different than, if I were like obsessed with Italy. It's like, I'm an American. I was
Right.
born in America. Doesn't matter what my heritage is, and if someone has an issue with the Italian government, the fascist Italian government, I don't give a shit. I
Yeah, they
have
don't
an
go.
issue with
This
them.
represents all Italians. Everything
Yeah.
what's her name,
It's just, it's,
Giorgione Bologna is doing represents all Italians everywhere.
yeah, it's just so, it's such a lazy, ignorant argument. It
Yeah,
really is.
the biggest
And
perpetrator of
one thing I've been
anti-Semitism.
thinking too is we need to turn this shit around on these people.
Yeah,
We need to get off of the defense. We need to go on the offense and just start calling them out for their Islamophobia.
yeah.
The Neurotandans of the world. Why are you so Islamophobic? Why are you such an Islamophobe that you're just on Hasan Piker's ass? Like, you just can't stop talking about him. And for anybody who thinks that we're just making more of this or being hyperbolic, I have a clip to show. I don't know if you've seen this, Alex, but Tim Miller of the Bulwark, who used to be a
Yeah.
Republican, he now considers himself, I think I've heard him say that he's more of a squish liberal. um,
Yes,
but yeah, so he had Neera Tanden on his show and he called her out for this shit. He was
Yeah.
like, what are you doing? So check this out.
Your Twitter energy, though, lately has been a little bit off of Susan Collins for my taste. I counted this morning 15 tweets about Hasan Piker since Sunday. A lot of attacking the left right now from you on the Twitter account when we have a big challenge ahead of us in November. And so
yes, I think this is a really important thing to
that.
discuss. I actually appreciate the opportunity to talk about this because I want to make a distinction. And I've said this publicly. I said this to the New York Times like a month or two ago, which is we're like left candidates, even DSA aligned candidates win in swing states. Where DSA candidates win in blue cities. Like, that's a healthy thing for a party. It's okay for a Democratic broad tent to have very liberal candidates in very liberal parts of the country. And when people complain about this, I say to them, there are like some really cuckoo members in like MAGA parts of the country, and like it's a big tent and we should be growing that. My concern, and it's a genuine concern, is that Hasan Piker is noxious to the brand of the Democratic Party in swing states and swing districts. And I'm always for a big tent, but big tents have tent poles, and tent pole for me is we should be against racism, sexism, homophobia, Islamophobia, anti-Semitism.
About strategy. I'm talking about strategy. Like Abdul won. 15 tweets about Piker this week feels like a lot. Like Abdul won, and I've got things that I could nitpick Abdul about, but like he's not campaigning with the Sun anymore. Like that was in the past, and again, so like why keep talking about it? It's like not that helpful. It doesn't feel like.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I feel like I have tried to be clear that it's good. It's a good thing that he's moved off of Piker. And I've said multiple times I would support Abdul El-Sayed. I think this is a good step. A lot of people looked at his statement and said, oh, it's not enough. Abdul El-Sayed's statement, it's not enough. I think this is a good step. You can't, like, it's good when people do stuff you want them to do. That's great.
So in other words, do what I tell you to. Only spend time and campaign with people that I want you to, or I am going to be a vicious, vile piece of shit and attack you daily.
Yeah. I actually reacted to this clip on my show on This Space on Tuesday. Go follow This Space, folks. And the thing that I took from this was, first of all, a lot of the rhetoric that she just espoused right there is stuff that Hasan's been saying, Lefty's been saying, Sam Cedar and Emmer Vigeland, fucking leftist mafia, Vanguard, everybody on the online left has been saying it's good when lefties win so that they can push the party Even in her framing of like, we have a big tent and they test us and the idea, it's a marketplace of ideas and they win and blah, blah, blah. Okay. And 10 polls. You want a big 10, you need 10 polls. It's anti-racist. Now, when she says that, she's basically saying, oh, Hasan is racist,
Right.
anti-Semitic, sexist, all these things.
Yeah.
And
That's her
that's a fucking
implication.
smear. And also when she goes, when she says, Abdul, we should praise him for doing good things. That's saying, do what I fucking tell you to do, and then we'll endorse you. But I don't think Neera fucking Tandon's endorsement carries as much weight as Hasan's, frankly.
Yeah.
And I also don't think it's going to help in swing districts. She's noxious, dude. She's the noxious fucking person. She's been around too long. Like, I think this was a lot of Hillary's problem. She was also on Hillary's campaign, but Hillary's problem was there was 20, 30 years of Republican, right-wing, unfair to an extent, sexist propaganda against Hillary Clinton. And then she ran for president. So when that happens, it's hard to eschew a lot of that baggage that people just already think about you because of like Saturday Night Live sketches in the 90s or whatever it is. Fair or unfair. But she, like Carville, like Joe Scarborough, like all these fucking old ass consultants of the Democratic Party, have long records. And to the general public, Hasan Piker is pretty brand new and has very little baggage, other than the ones that they're trying to saddle him with, which is all deceptively edited clips. So I really think
it cracks me up that this is a woman who worked on a failed campaign, who everybody, even people on the left who voted for many, including me, who voted for Hillary Clinton, bit the bullet and voted for her because the alternative was Donald freaking Trump. And this woman is going to try to tell, and even people like me and others are like, yeah, she was a shit candidate and we didn't really want her, but she was all we had. So we went for it. And she's out here trying to tell other people how to win. And oh, I'm the expert. Seriously? I mean, it's like when they bring Claire McCaskill on MS Now.
I was just going to say.
Oh, this is our congressional expert, blah, blah, and she's giving candidates advice. Like, you lost.
Yeah.
Lady, you lost. That's why you're on MS Now. If you had won, you'd still be in Congress.
Right.
Seriously? Like, all of these people just fail up constantly. Like,
they all work for the
it's that old,
oligarchs.
if you can't do, teach. It's that's the entire staff now at MS Now.
Right. Yeah. Failed Democrats and successful Republicans, like Nicole Wallace, who was the speechwriter for Bush. Bill Kristol, who was a pundit, helped us get into Iraq. Jennifer Rubin, who was at the New York Times, also helped us get into Iraq. Like, these are the people who are staffed at MS Now right now.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's absurd. If you're going to have failed candidates on, have Kat Abou-Ghazaleh be a mainstay on MS Now. She had a way better voice. It's ridiculous.
They would never.
They would never. But yeah, I think Neera Tandon should cut back on the liquor for sure. Maybe go to AA with like Pete Hegseth and Matt Gaetz, and look, there was I don't know who Dan Saltman is. I know he's an account on Twitter, but he made. Do you know the meme of like? It's a SpongeBob meme of someone in a straitjacket, and then the walls around them are like somebody's face. There's one of Hasan, right, where they use, your mind is on Hasan.
Yeah, I have it. Wait,
I have
the video, yeah. You guys have to see this. This is so funny.
So
yeah, that's her brain right now. This is your brain on Hasan.
Right. Plus, first of all, I love the the Desi version of the Charlie Kirk "We Carry the Flame" AI song. That's
Yeah.
great. But so Dan Saltman tried to like make a reverse of that and be like, it's Hasan in the middle, and it's Neera Tanden, it's Asmongold,
Oh,
it's
please.
who else? Oh, fuck! I can't think of it. I should have sent it to you, but I retweeted it and I was like, no, this is good. Yes, you should compare. Oh, Destiny. You should compare Neera Tanden and Shannon Watts to Destiny and Asmongold, because yes, they are the same people. They are
Yeah.
working for the same goal,
Yeah.
which is to help the fucking fascists. So
Yeah.
yes, thank you, Dan Saltman. You too are also working for the same goal, which is
Yeah.
help the fascists like Hakeem Jeffries is doing with Jared Kushner.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm mad.
I do have, let me see, I have a couple more things on this. I have, this Trey Gowdy clip. Okay,
Oh my
so
God.
Trey Gowdy, for anybody who doesn't remember, he was a Republican congressman. I think he got, I don't remember if he retired or if he got voted out.
I think he retired and then went to Fox.
Okay, yeah. So
He made his bones on the Benghazi hearings.
yeah,
That's what.
he was a
Yeah.
big Benghazi guy. Creepy looking. This guy is so creepy. He looks like he would be one of the bad guys in a Harry Potter film.
That's a good
just creepy as fuck. Anyway, here he is saying the most hypocritical things you could ever say about Hasan Piker, given who these people are and how they've stood with Donald Trump. Check this out.
Sort of amazing that here we are sitting in 2026 and the Democrat Party is debating whether racism is a good idea or not, or that they're listening to someone who, refresh my recollection, has never held political office. He's never cast a vote for anything of consequence. I mean, he literally sits in front of a microphone and inflames irrational people. That is his job. Look, 99-point-something% of us could care less what he thinks. But it only takes a couple to do something irrational. Look, 9/11 is a pretty awful thing to say. It's not the only awful thing Hasan Piker has said. So, look, Republicans, they may have some voices they want to deal with. Until Democrats disavow him, then I'm just going to assume you haven't made up your mind about racism yet. Good luck telling folks in Detroit and other inner cities that you haven't made up your mind about racism yet.
Are you freaking kidding me?
There's so much.
Seriously, they can say this shit with a straight face while worshiping Donald Trump, the guy who supposedly there are tapes that what's the guy's name who did The Apprentice, who came up with the idea, Mark Burnett or something?
Oh yeah.
There are supposedly recordings of Donald Trump saying the most racist shit, in between takes that he refuses to release. This is a guy who refused to rent to black people. This is a man who literally was said to have said that the guy who actually won the first Apprentice, Kwame Jackson, Trump supposedly said, no, we're not going to give it to him because my father or my grandfather would roll over in their grave if I put our company in the hands of an N-word.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
He also called for the death of the Central Park Five.
Yeah.
Who were falsely accused of rape in the 90s.
Michael Cohen has said that, yeah, he is racist. He has made untold, innumerable, comments, racist comments in front of me. And yet they sit here. This is a guy who, during his first term, the first thing he did was implement a Muslim ban into the United States. And these motherfuckers have the audacity to sit here and say the Democrats haven't made up their minds about racism. Like, he launched his political career with the Obama lie, with the whole Kenya lie, the whole birth certificate BS. Are you
came down that
kidding
escalator? He came down on the escalator in 2015,
Yeah.
said Mexicans are rapists and criminals, and some of them maybe are nice people.
Yeah.
Take Donald Trump out of it even. Trey Gowdy saying all he does all day is sit in front of a microphone and inflame
Yeah.
lunatics. Like, that's the biggest pot killing.
I
That's the
know.
biggest fucking hypocritical statement I ever heard. That's hilarious coming from him.
Yeah.
And
From
then,
anyone at Fox. Are you
yeah.
freaking kidding me?
It's the whole network.
Oh my God.
And then he goes, so first of all, he says like 9/11 isn't the only bad thing he said, which, you know, you didn't even give the context of what he said. Even the bad faith context of like, he said America deserved 9/11. You didn't even say that. You just said he said 9/11. What? But anyway, but then he goes, and that's not the only thing he said.
Yeah.
He said a lot. It's almost as if they realize nobody really gives that much of a fuck. So we have to kind of say, oh, well, actually, there's like way more worse shit too. So if you could get around that one thing, don't worry, there's a lot more that we're waiting for Destiny to send us clips about.
Well, yeah, because they know their audience isn't going to go out and research. They're not going to try to find out what exactly he's saying. You know, I talked about this the other day. I'm seeing it even on the left. You know, you have leftist podcasters who are out there spewing the same shit, repeating the same lies.
Yeah.
And it's like they're too lazy too.
Who?
You know, the reason people think I'm exaggerating, but the reason I work on my show 7 days a week, literally, and have no free time and no social life is because I do research. It's because I do look into things. I don't just take one source. You know, I don't just see something on Twitter and go, oh, I got to make a video about it.
Right.
No, I want to know that what I'm talking about is real.
Yeah, you're not Tim Pool, where you're just like, oh, I saw a headline, let me hit record and just make a video before I even finish the article.
But I mean, you even have leftists doing that. You have, you know, I don't know if you've seen her, but there's a woman that has a show called Tabitha Speaks Politics.
I just brought that up on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's doing the same shit. She's pushing these same defamatory lies against Hasan Piker. And I was like, yeah, I hope she doesn't get pulled into his defamation lawsuit. But, you know,
same clip that Jennings used.
Yeah. You're literally pushing the same, like, drastically edited, deceptively edited lies, just flat out lies about him.
And it's also maybe as an I'm sorry, I cut you off.
No, go ahead.
As an editor, I watch movies, I can tell things, whatever. But I really can't believe that especially Scott Jennings, but also Tabitha, you know, I can't believe they, as people who know how the internet works, know how streaming works, know that there's comments sections, you know, going along, see him like move his head and look at a thing, clearly reading a comment, and they'll be like, oh my God, I can't believe he said that. He's reading something. Like what? That's why I think he's doing the lawsuit against Jennings. It's like, dude, this is clearly, you know what you're doing. Clearly, this is bad fucking faith.
Yeah.
Clearly, this is a smear and attempt at defamation, and he can't fucking go on.
Again, I think it comes back to Islamophobia.
Yes.
I hate to say it, but yeah, there's a certain segment of the Black population that is Islamophobic for some reason. I don't know what it comes from, but I see it in my comment section too, of people saying, you know, well, I'm a Black man and I'm not going to vote for Abdul El Sayed. What is he doing for us? It's like the same thing he's doing for everybody, giving you free health care, giving you paid family leave, pushing for paid child care, pushing for all of these things that would help any human being, Black, white, or other. So what are you talking about? It's like, if you don't like any of that, then what is it he could possibly do for you that would make you vote for him? Or is it just the fact that he is a Muslim man?
It's the Islamophobia
Seems to
comes
me.
from. He's the Muslim man. And that's it. And he's white passing too. He's not even like very dark.
Yeah.
But it's just straight up like post 9/11 hysteria. That's what it is.
Yeah.
You know. But I mean, dude, as someone who grew up in the 90s, the most I heard the word Islam before 2001 was in reference to like Muhammad Ali and the Nation of Islam. Like it's almost like a black religion. That's how I thought of it as a kid, a little kid who didn't know anything.
Yeah.
That it's like, this is what, a white person goes to prison, they convert to Christianity. A black person goes to prison, they convert to the Nation of Islam. Like, that's literally what I knew about it from like TVs and movies and shit.
That's too funny. Well, you know what I always say? Everybody always asks, like, when is God coming back to earth? When is Jesus going to return? I'm like, well, he's already here. Like, we know where he is. He's clearly in prison because that's where everybody finds him. So, not hard to figure out.
But like, going back to the overall point of all this, like, like Gowdy said there, until they condemn Hasan Piker, I don't know. I think people should question where Democrats stand on the issue of racism, as if you don't love racism, first of all.
Yeah.
As if your audience gives any kind of a shit at all.
Yeah.
They're just trying to make it a wedge issue for Democrats, and Democrats did it themselves.
Has Trey Gowdy done one segment on all of the young Republicans who have been caught in chats spewing out the most hateful, racist shit you've ever heard?
Right.
Calling themselves Nazis, like saying, oh yeah, I align with some Nazi views. And never, not once on Fox News did they do a single segment on any of that I've seen. And yet you're going to say the Democrats haven't figured out if they're okay with racism yet? Go fuck yourselves. I mean, seriously.
As Hasan said in reference to that Scott Jennings thing, he said, if you truly believed that I'm saying these things and I believe these things, you'd be defending me.
Yeah.
They'd be defending him. They'd
be embracing him. They'd be like, Hasan's one of us.
Yeah, look at this great Democrat that we can find common ground with. Yeah. We'll bring them on like Joe Manchin and John Fetterman.
Yeah.
Gottheimer. Fucking hell, man. It's crazy. And again, like, I saw there was a clip from Fear News Network, different woman, I forget who it was on Outnumbered, where she was talking about Abdul El-Sayed, and she was saying like, oh, he calls himself a capitalist, but like, we know he's part of the socialist movement. DSA endorses him, Hasan Piker endorses. Again, even like, he can say, I'm a capitalist, I'm a capitalist, I'm a capitalist. They're going to be like, well, DSA endorses you, so you're a socialist. Or Hasan Piker, so you're a terrorist. And that's it. Yeah. That's it. You're also seeing with Angie Nixon in Florida. She was like part of DSA briefly. The local chapters endorsed her. And then, oh my God, every question is, do you condemn Hasan Piker? And she's like, I'm trying to help Florida. I don't know what you're talking. I don't even know who that is. She was like, she didn't know who he was. Like, again, this is not as broad an argument as they think it is. And again, they're going to label you this shit anyway. They're going to call you communists anyway. So fucking do some shit that actually helps people.
I mean, they were calling Hillary Clinton a socialist.
Yes.
It's like, are you... She's the most moderate Republican light person. Are you freaking kidding me? And you're going to call her a Nazi, and she's a communist, she's a socialist. Like, oh my God.
It's just whatever they throw at the wall.
When are mainstream Democrats, when are the establishment Democrats going to pull their heads out of their asses and realize they're going to do it anyway? Stop running away from the policies that are so popular.
And I say that to Abdul. I say, dude, they're going to call you, they're going to say You're best friends anyway. Don't
Yeah.
put out a condemnation
Yeah.
letter. Don't, he didn't even really do it, but it was not good. Like, it was a capitulation.
Yeah, no,
Leroy
he
Tan,
shouldn't have. He just fed into it. He
yeah,
just fed
Leroy Tandon
into,
taking a victory lap, like, yes, I got
yeah,
him to do something. That's
yeah,
what they want. They just want to prove to themselves, I still have influence. I still
yeah. I
matter.
was really
It's,
shocked by that
yeah,
because he's been pretty tough with things, and his political instincts seem to be really good. But
yeah.
yeah, I was pretty shocked that
He had a
Abdul
great interview.
capitulated like that.
He had a great interview with Waters earlier this week, and then that whole
Mm-hmm.
like
Yeah,
news cycle was neutered because he then put out the fucking statement.
yeah,
It was whack, dude. It was whack. And again,
yeah.
you also interestingly don't see this happening with any other of the candidates who Hassan has talked about, right? You
Mm-hmm.
don't see them constantly. They'll ask the candidates, but they're not like Abdul and Hassan, Abdul and Hassan, Abdul and Hassan,
Right.
because it's the Muslim name.
Yeah,
Zoran too. They
yeah.
Zoran Hassan, Zoran Hassan,
Yeah.
but not
Are you the same kind of Muslim
right,
as Hassan? Do you also have a 9/11 issue?
right.
Like
Yeah,
that's what it's all about.
it's just this is like
Um,
the one bipartisan kind of acceptable racism that
yeah,
Democrats will totally let fly because 9/11, like literally just fucking idiots, dude, idiots.
yeah. I do want to bring up an article. Speaking of, and this is what this is all about. In my opinion, as I've said, I think that they are terrified that that these candidates, progressive candidates, are actually going to win,
Mhm.
and they don't want to lose donor money. And a lot of that is coming from health industry, the health insurance industry, or other related industries that would definitely put a crimp in their cushy lifestyles.
Yeah.
So check this out. This was in Newsweek. And the big thing is, oh, these socialist policies, they're just not popular and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Again, I don't think the Democratic Party, I don't think the establishment Democrats and the ones in charge, I don't think that they're afraid of the policies being unpopular. I think they are afraid that they are popular.
Yeah.
And this proves it. So let me show you guys. So you can see here, it says polls show 5 Democratic socialist positions have traction with Republicans. Really? You don't say. So let me go through them. So paid family leave. It says one of the clearest examples is paid family leave, a policy long advocated by progressives and labor groups. A February Pew Research Center survey found that 69% of Americans support requiring employers to provide paid family leave. 69%. So that absolutely includes some Republicans, right? I mean, the majority are going to be Democrats and independents, but it definitely includes some Republicans. So you can see here, actually, the breakdown. So 59% of Republicans want employers to offer paid parental leave.
Yeah,
Right?
that's wild. I mean, it's always great when if you don't. What was it? We've talked about this before. If you don't preface the question with "This is a socialist policy," if you just say, "Here's the policy. What do you think about this policy?" Most people agree across the board.
Yeah. Same thing with raising the minimum wage. So it says for decades, some Republican lawmakers largely opposed significant increases in the federal minimum wage, arguing it could hurt businesses and employment. Yet polling indicates many GOP voters are more supportive of wage hikes than the party's elected officials. So they cite the Morning Consult poll that found roughly 3/4 of Americans support raising the federal minimum wage to $15 an hour, including 75% of Republicans. So here's that.
Yeah. Because who do you think is working these jobs, especially in all the red states, but even like upstate New York, Staten Island, random places I'm naming. Long Island. Who's working the gas stations? Who's working the convenience stores? Who's working
Yeah.
the fucking the fucking mechanic? Like, it's all conservatives,
Yeah.
and they're getting paid $7 an hour for hard labor.
Yeah. Yeah.
My job's cushy. I sit in this office and I fucking edit and watch
Yeah.
YouTube, and I
Yeah.
make 31 an hour.
Yeah. And then the next one they talked about was higher taxes on billionaires. It says, for democratic socialists, taxing wealth is a central argument in favor of financing expanded social programs and reducing economic inequality. It says, while Republicans in Washington have generally opposed tax increases, polling suggests many voters are open to the idea. A Reuters Ipsos survey conducted in August found broad support for increasing taxes on corporations and billionaires, with 62% of Americans backing the idea, 16% opposed. Yeah, I wonder who those 16% are. So it says support was especially high among Democrats at 87%, but the proposal also drew support from 59% of independents and 40% of Republicans. So here's the breakdown here. So strongly support and somewhat support are the red and the black. I mean, it's overwhelming. And yet you have, Gavin Newsom, Hakeem Jeffries, John Ossoff, which we're going to get to in a minute, opposed to all of this shit. Medicare for all, also, universal health care remains one of the most recognizable proposals associated with democratic socialism. It goes on to say, researchers found support remained above 50% even after respondents were presented with common criticisms, including higher taxes and the replacement of many private health insurance plans. So here you can see all voters. What is that? 5, 6, so 65% of all voters support Medicare for all. I mean, it's just not even close. And you have, what is that, 49%, almost half of Republicans support it. And yet our lawmakers are, nope, can't have that. No, we don't want to do that. Nope.
Yeah.
Also, this one, this keeps coming up.
Data centers.
Yeah, it's so funny because, like I said last week, I talked about this with Mark Mitchell, who is, the right-wing pollster. And I asked him if he's seeing this in his polling, and this was just not on his radar at all. This is going to be a huge deciding factor in this election. So look at this. Look at how the support for AI data centers has plummeted, absolutely plummeted.
Yeah. Yeah, that's over the course of them like actually building them, and people being like, "Oh, that's fucking loud in my back fucking yard, and my water is turning gray, and
my electricity prices have
skyrocketing."
Spiked. Yeah, I can't sleep at night because this thing never stops. I can't sell my house because it's tanked my property value. So our lawmakers. I mean, if we want to be generous, we can say, oh, they just are, ignorant. But honestly, I think it's more than that. I think that they are just corrupt.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think they know that this stuff is popular, and they just are, no, we're not going to do it.
Or they say, don't show me that poll. I don't want to see that poll.
Yeah.
I don't even want people doing polling. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody calls Reuters and is like, hey, stop fucking doing this, dude. Stop putting this out.
Yeah.
It's just terrible news for them. And
yeah.
It's blatant corruption. They're getting kickbacks from these companies because they're giant companies. It's bubble companies, right? They're like, oh, it's speculation. Oh, we're making all this money off speculation. As soon as the reality comes in that people don't want this, people don't use this, it's not gonna, even for corporate, right? Like, hey, this is gonna, we're not even trying to sell this to the populace. We're trying to sell this to big corporations to implement in their daily operations. They find out, oh, this actually doesn't work. I actually need more people to double check the AI's work and make sure it's not fucking anything up.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's just gonna pop. And I think my little experience in talking about music, TV, video games, and music, video games. Remember VR? Remember how
Oh
Mark
yeah.
Zuckerberg was
Supposed to be the
really
big thing. Yeah.
really trying to push VR for like businesses, like, oh, you can have team meetings in the metaverse.
Mm-hmm.
Because why does anybody need to do that? But you can also go on vacation in the metaverse, and you can see the Eiffel Tower or whatever the fuck that he would do. People don't want to spend $1,000 on a fucking headset that has no games on it,
Mm-hmm.
really, and then has no other functionality beyond either games or like meetings for work in this
Mm-hmm.
weird virtual reality thing.
Yeah.
They pushed it, it didn't work, the bubble burst, it's over, it's done. Like, there are fewer and fewer VR games coming out, fewer and fewer ones that were in development were canceled. And I think the same thing's going to happen with AI. There's going to be a few use cases that maintain, people are going to use it for making memes or like, I don't know, more Charlie Kirk songs, whatever. But like, I don't think it's going to, I think it will hurt the industries that's already hurting. It's going to continue to hurt visual effects artists for
Mm-hmm.
movies. Disney is like, hey, they fired their like entire VFX team that created the look of the Marvel universe. Going like, well, we have all these designs, and now any new character, we could just plug their comic book designs into the movie design sheet and go, okay, now this is going to be their costume, and then we'll get the costume. We don't even need a concept artist at all. So,
Yeah.
a lot of like art industry people are going to get hurt and have been hurt.
Yeah. Graphic designers are pretty
Graphic
much,
designers,
you
yeah.
know, yeah. I mean, it's going the way of the horse and buggy.
Hmm.
When you can create logos and all kinds of assets like that, graphic design that a graphic designer used to be involved in,
Hmm.
and you don't need them anymore. Like, yeah,
Yeah. And that's unfortunate and sucks. But,
yeah.
I'll tell you this, my experience, and it's not so much, I hate AI. Yes, I do. I have a bias. But when I'm on YouTube and I see that someone's using AI thumbnails, I'm less inclined to click on the video. Because I'm just
Mm,
like, that shows me low effort. That shows me your channel's probably low effort. And that's it. Like, I just,
yeah.
especially when I can tell. When it's like that really, I don't know how to describe it, like rough looking,
Mm-hmm.
jagged, like, oh, this is like, I don't know. But it's, I think people are opposed to it. I mean, here in New York, in the subway station that I use, West Fourth, there used to be like these ads for AI like necklaces that are like, hey, they're called Friend. It's like friend.com or something.
Mm.
And it's like they'll always be there for you. They'll go to the movies with you.
Oh
They'll
my
blah blah blah.
God.
Very weird. Constantly getting graffitied. Constantly like,
Jesus.
this is bullshit. Fuck the machines. Blah 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 blah. To the
Yeah.
point where now it's been months and there hasn't been new ones. Like, I gave up.
Wow.
It's the use case. At the end of the day, if you're trying to sell this to people, you can try and force it down people's throats as much as possible, but you have to make them want it. And
Yeah.
we don't want it.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Yeah,
just
and it's
generally these.
left, right, and center. I'm actually going to be recording a segment later today talking about it even more, about how it is absolutely going to affect the race down in Texas.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But yes, Hasan Piker. That's what we should be talking about.
Yeah.
The worst possible. Let's get polling on
Yeah.
Hasan Piker, Reuters. Let's see what that looks like.
Yep.
Watch him be more
Um,
popular than the fucking Democrats, which I'm sure
yeah.
they are, because the DSA is.
Mm-hmm. I do want to do let's do a funny clip to cleanse our palate before we get into more nasty news. Because because we passed the top of the hour. So I want to welcome everyone. Welcome in the chat. Appreciate everybody hanging with us today and checking out the live stream. We do this every Friday. For anybody just tuning in, I'm Gina Bonanno with Raw News and Politics. This is Alex of the Devil's Advocate Productions. We're on YouTube. We're on Twitch. We're on every social media channel pretty much that you can think of. So check us out on all of those platforms. Give us a follow. But yeah, we want to get into...
Space. Check out this space. That is how we know each other. And that is live Mondays through Thursdays. Tons of different hosts, all working towards the same goal from the left perspective. We're talking about movies. We're talking about politics. We have a panel show every Thursday now, the Space Station, we call it, where a bunch of different hosts get on together and chat about the news of the week. So we are live, we are going, and we are only going to keep growing with your help.
Yeah, so let's take a look at this. This is funny. I don't know if you saw this on Twitter, but I think they're called the Good Liars.
Oh, yeah, they're so fucking good.
Yeah, so they go out, they talk to Trump voters, and sometimes they play it straight. Sometimes they, play stupid to get them to say stupid shit. But in this case, this reporter or this guy was playing it totally straight, just asking a straight question, and he got the most insane, laughable answer. So check this out.
Donald Trump, he's been in office now a year and a half. What's Donald Trump's greatest accomplishment in his first year and a half?
Trump's done a lot of things. Number one, a lot that people don't realize, he got our country back because we've been under the reign of Great Britain the last 125 years. They destroyed the evidence.
What? Wait, what? We've been under the reign of Great Britain for the last 125
Charles come here. He thought that he was going to manipulate Donald Trump. And Trump went along with him because that's who he is. But that's what the 250 years was really about.
Wait a second.
Was we got our
Sorry.
It's
So we've been,
It's
so
there. The truth's there for the people.
we've been under control for the last 125 years by Great Britain? Even though we've got, the strongest army in the world and all that stuff?
It's true. The truth is there.
Where did you see this? Where did you see this?
You just gonna have to research just like I did. You're gonna have to. It's true.
My God.
It's true. It's true. You just gonna have to research like I did. On Twitter and Truth Social. You're just gonna have to go over there and research on Truth Social. I saw it there, so it has to be true.
It really reminds you, like, oh yeah, QAnon is still a thing. Like, they never went away. They're here. Because that was like a big QAnon thing, I think. And then the Good Liars, like, I haven't seen them like get some traction until this clip this week, and I'm like, where'd they go? They're probably still just doing it. They're probably just not getting retweeted as much by those establishment.
Yeah, I haven't seen them as much either.
I mean? That's what I mean. I'm like, I'm proud. Maybe like Elon suppressing it on Twitter, but I'm also guessing like just some of these accounts are too focused on the DSA and Hasan and also just capitulating to Trump the last year and a half. There was no. Remember 2017? There was like, it was a Russia hoax. Not the hoax. It was Russiagate. Like if they didn't fuck with the voting machines, then they pumped out fake stories on Facebook. It was wall-to-wall coverage on MSNBC and CNN. It was, we're going to wear our pink hats to the march, the Women's March in Washington. We're going to resist. #resistance. There was this energy that the establishment Democrats and the mainstream media had, that they were going to fight every day. You had Kimmel, you had Colbert, you had SNL, Alec Baldwin on SNL. And then this time, it was like a deflation. It was like, we thought we were done. We didn't want to have to do this again. We don't have the energy. And now we're just going to bow. Now, okay, we're ABC. We're sorry. We're going to preemptively fire Kimmel. We're going to cancel fucking The Late Show on CBS, cancel Colbert. So he's Not only is he fired, the whole show doesn't exist anymore. The Letterman built, like, they all, I mean, Scarborough went and kissed the ring at Mar-a-Lago to please
Yeah.
don't come after NBC.
Yeah.
And that's why I think, Bernie and AOC going on the oligarchy tour last year was like, hey, this is some bright spots of like attention and motivation.
Yeah.
The Zoran, the mayoral race in New York, there was the one thing that they could do, like, here's a race where we can beat a Republican because ain't no way Curtis Sliwa is going to win. But they wanted Cuomo, and we got Mamdani, and that was like, ooh, y'all done fucked up. Y'all
Yeah.
done fucked up.
Yeah. Speaking of Mamdani, actually, I should bring this up. So they are also over on Fear News Network, also attacking Mamdani now, which is hysterical because so many of the right wing voters in America like Mamdani. They like what he's doing. They're like, hey, actually, this is working. So it just shows how out of touch they are. Check this out.
The Democratic Party right now is, I think, going through a kind of experiment. Like, who can actually respond, particularly to young people's very real concerns about where they are at this point in their lives and what kind of future do they have for themselves. And I think that's healthy.
I mean, it's just unbelievable that she, with no political future, she's not courageous enough to call out and say,
she has nothing to lose.
Yeah, what's happened with my party? Rahm Emanuel calls it out. James Carville calls it out. Why would she not sit up and go, yeah, I went against Bernie Sanders, a socialist. I called him out every step of the way. You've never done anything. You never achieve anything. There's no party for you. There's no direction for you.
There's nothing to lose. So maybe it's just legacy. Maybe she wants this to be her legacy.
Well,
I'm part of the destruction of my party. Right.
We always hear the younger people say, oh, I love Hasan Piker. I love, the El Sayed guy. But for someone of Hillary Clinton, her husband was the president of the United States. He was a moderate, pretty much, compared to the socialism side of their party now. So, and they're old enough to know what socialism looks like and what socialism could do to our country.
Geez, he does the same thing. He does not condemn Mamdani or anything.
Not cool.
Either is Barack Obama.
They're all a part of it.
They're all a part of it, Alex. They're all a part of helping New Yorkers. They're all a part of doing what you say you're going to do, of making things happen, of helping the American people. Oh, no. They don't condemn Mamdani for doing what he said he was going to do and helping people. For keeping his life for New Yorkers. Oh, my God.
It's so crazy, man. It's so crazy. Because, I mean, first of all, I wish we had a clip pulled up of like Newt Gingrich in the 90s talking about fucking Hillary and Bill as like radical extremists, whatever. Because of course they did. Or Joe Scarborough when he was a fucking Republican congressman under Newt Gingrich as speaker. I don't forget. And then the first of all, they're proving our point. They're gonna do it anyway. They're all a part of it. They're all a part of it.
Even if you're doing good things, even if you are popular, and anybody watching, they don't have to take our word for it of how popular Mamdani is. Check this out. I also have polling.
Net favorability rating among Dems nationally. Look who's at the top of the list.
Sorry.
Plus 54 points. Better than AOC at plus 47. Better than Hakeem Jeffries at plus 27. Chuck Schumer has real popularity problems even among Democrats. He was only at plus 10. But among Democrats, Zohran Mamdani is arguably the most popular modern-day politician who's actually currently in elected office, beating all these folks. If you're a Republican, you'd be much better off going after Chuck Schumer or even Hakeem Jeffries than going after Zohran Mamdani.
That's fucking
What do you know? What do you know? Way more popular.
The top popular politicians in this country in office are Zohran Mamdani and Bernie Sanders. Are the top. And if you want to go out of office, Barack Obama. So
Yeah.
2 of 3 are identified themselves as socialists.
Yeah.
I mean, seems to me this is the popular sentiment of the country.
Yeah, like I said, they're not afraid that these democratic socialist policies are unpopular, that they're going to lose the elections. They're worried that they are popular and that they will win.
Yeah.
And then
And
they'll have to stop with all this grift.
And I'll take that that clip from Fox where they go, "Oh, Hillary wants us to be part of her legacy." Hillary, Obama, if you're watching, somehow make this part of your legacy. You will have a much better legacy if you get on board now. I mean, Obama came to visit Mamdani, and went to a school together and like read to kids and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think Obama can see kind of where it's going. Probably the daughters are like, "Hey, Dad, like this is where it's going."
Yeah.
But he's not even like endorsing. He's just I'm a Netflix guy. Me and Michelle, we're gonna be on Netflix. Hillary, you wanna help? Denounce Neera Tanden. Condemn Neera Tanden. Condemn Shannon Watts. Condemn these fucking lunatics who are trying everything in their power to stop Democrats winning, unless you don't care about Democrats winning.
Yeah.
Unless you want them to lose too.
Yeah. Which she won't say anything because she doesn't care.
No, she's a coward.
She's still bitter and salty.
Mm-hmm.
That
she didn't get her turn.
Yeah, she didn't get her turn in the spot. She didn't get to, smash the glass ceiling, be the first woman. So, yeah. And if she's not, prove us wrong.
Yeah.
Prove us wrong. Go out there and tell your party, put a leash on Neera Tanden, put a choke chain on her, put her back in the house, put her in her crate where she belongs, and tell her to shut the fuck up about people like Hasan.
Yeah.
So, and then speaking of establishment Democrats, this is so annoying to me. I'm referring to the Ossoff thing.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Because everybody's talking about him for 2028. Oh, he has it. He's got that special something. The way he speaks, he's good looking and he just is so great, such a great, messenger, and he just has what it takes. We're talking about MS Now libs, all the way to the Bulwark crowd. Mm-hmm. All are on Ossoff's jock. Okay. Yeah. So why don't you set up this clip that you sent me?
So I've even seen, folks at the Majority Report, Vanguard, Leftist Mafia shows I watch semi-regularly, talking about, like, he's not our preferred, but he might be okay. He might be someone we can kind of like push left or, compromise with here and there. Until this clip came out where he has asked pretty rapid fire questions similar to what Hasan does on his show, to bring up Hasan again. Asks candidates rapid fire questions, and these are his answers.
Yeah.
Some of the most popular policies.
No.
Do you support Medicare for all?
No.
Do you support DC statehood?
Yes.
Do you support Puerto Rican statehood?
Yes.
Do you support defunding the police?
No.
Do you support abolishing ICE?
No.
Do you support expanding the Supreme Court?
No.
Do you support ending the filibuster?
Maybe.
Dude, he just said like the opposite of all the popular answers to those questions.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
The opposite of everything I read in that Newsweek article.
Yeah. He's like, no, I'm going to go with the most unpopular positions.
Yeah.
Even
ICE, dude. So, if someone, are you for Ossoff for president? No.
Yeah. Nope.
From now on, I will refer to him as John Fuck Ossoff.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, because I was thinking the same thing. And besides those atrocious answers and being completely out of touch with the base, he also went out and condemned Hasan Piker this past week.
Yeah.
So it's like he could not possibly understand where the electorate is less.
Yeah. And his voting record's not great either. Like, Ossoff, for me, any kind of popularity he has, and Warnock, really just comes from 2021, which was, it was the post-Biden, like, Biden wins, he's in, we're happy, Congress goes blue, we're happy, we're waiting on the Senate. The last election to be called was Georgia, and it was on January 5th. That's when they finished tabulating the votes, and they called it for Warnock and Ossoff. And that's why they were like national names, because we're all fucking waiting to hear if we won the Senate too.
Yeah.
And then the next day was fucking January 6th, right? So then, again, out of the spotlight for 4 years, basically, right? Just under Biden, doing whatever Biden says, taking bad votes on that. And then here he is just, hey, you probably remember me from waiting to hear about if I won in Georgia or not. Here's me doing my best Obama impression. I hate him and Hakeem especially, and Booker, all of this generation of fucking Democrats doing Obama impressions. It's infuriating. It's
It
infuriating.
is. It's obnoxious. Josh Shapiro. I mean, they all just sound like, Timu Obama.
Which is funny because, like, the previous generation was trying to impersonate Bill Clinton and do the thumb. Everybody has to have a thumb thing. Yeah. And Obama had the point. And even him, he's like, you got to figure out a hand thing to do. He's got the point. And now you see Hakeem was flopping it all around because he doesn't know how to use it properly.
Yeah.
But I know you're down on it.
The thing I would caution with Ossoff, though, and the reason why he's not just like, he built up a big profile back in 2020 with that election. I was listening to a focus group podcast recently conducted by Sarah Longwell over at the Bulwark. And it was Trump voters, actually. And they were talking about the Georgia Senate election coming up. And a lot of Republicans, a lot of the independents and Republicans who voted for Trump, like Ossoff, they're very much, they think that he's doing a good job in Georgia. Several of them said, oh yeah, he's really for the underdog. He's really for the little guy and helps average Americans. And they named off some things that he has done in the state, like locally, that have helped them. Whether it be, I think one of them talked about like getting ripped off by landlords or business or something in the area, and he stepped in, helped these people. So he actually has a lot of support, which is one of the reasons why the
dogs are going nuts.
Sorry, I'm on a live stream here. Anyway, just had a family member walk in who needs to leave immediately. So
she heard you talking about Ossoff and was like, hey, I love that guy.
So anyway, where was I? But yeah, a lot of the Republicans in the area like him. And I think this is why people like the Bulwark are like, oh yeah, he could win. He could flip Republicans. He could flip, these swing voters or even Trump supporters.
No, that's good. That's good to know, because I always question, like, again, my knowledge of him is like, that's the last time I thought about him in any meaningful way was the 2021 election. So I don't know what he's doing. All I know is like he's taking a lot of bad votes that I don't like, but maybe he has done some stuff locally, and it's good to know, like, oh yeah, no, here's the things he's done. Here's how it's helping people in his state. Here's how it could be a candidate, a real force in a primary election for Democrats. So it's good to know.
I mean, we'll have
so
to
I
see.
can know how to attack
the thing
it.
is, like, do you know when that video was taken or that interview took place of him?
Feels like no, I don't know. I think it was the last couple of weeks.
I mean, it does matter, but it kind of doesn't, because obviously, if it was more recent
If
and
he's
he
getting
has those
asked to abolish
positions,
ICE, it has to be recent because no one was talking about abolishing ICE before like middle of last year, maybe like after Minneapolis.
you think?
I
I don't
think.
know. I don't know. It seems like we've been having this discussion for a while,
I mean, look,
but
like the left for sure has been talking about abolish ICE for like years, but I think zeitgeist and like nationally, especially
mhm.
a mainstream pundit would be asking this question. It's probably going to be the last like year and a half. I don't know. You can look it
Yeah, I
up.
don't know. Um, but I mean, here's the thing. Even if it was, let's say, a year ago, 2 years ago, it just shows he's not a leader
Yeah.
to me. It just shows like you have to wait for sentiment to change before you're going to stand up for something. This
Right.
is why Bernie Sanders gets so much respect on all sides of the political spectrum, because he has always stood for the same things. He has never been like, oh, well, what do the polls say?
Right.
What do the consultants want me to say? Is this poll tested? Am I safe to say this? No, he has always called for what he feels is best for Americans, and his attitude is people will come around to it. People will understand eventually that what I'm saying is the right thing and it will help them. Just like raising the cap on Social Security, on the FICA taxes. So it just shows that, I mean, if Ossoff now comes out, or if he does run in 2028 and all of a sudden he's flipped all of these positions,
Yeah.
can we trust him?
No, this attack ad is an attack ad ready to go.
Yeah.
Like from me,
Yeah.
from DSA
Yeah.
consultant,
Yeah.
Alex.
And the argument against him will be, well, see, he was against all of this stuff, but then the radical left pressured him.
Right. Yeah.
So
That too. I mean, the argument about the polling, and I think I talked to you about this after you did that interview with Michael, the Republican pollster, was
oh
if you
yeah,
waited,
Mark
Mitchell, my bad.
Yeah.
I knew it was an M. MM.
Yeah.
Eminem. So when you did the interview with Eminem,
I wish it was Eminem. That would be fun.
My big takeaway was like if you had waited to get like what was public polling in 1964 about whether black people should be able to vote? What was polling in 1849 about whether black people should be or even people? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
or in the 20s about whether women should vote. Like,
Yeah.
if you wait for public sentiment to change, it's just status quo forever. You
Yeah.
have to push it. You have to use the bully pulpit, use the rhetoric, change people's fucking minds, explain policies to people, say, hey, I mean, even in that polling you brought up from Newsweek, when they're asked about healthcare for all, and then they also show the results after they've been told common criticisms like taxes going up and private insurers going away.
Right.
And it's like, well, explain that the taxes going up is less than the money that you'd be spending for the private insurers. Also, which private insurers do you like? Aetna, Blue Health, or Blue Shield? Like the fucking evilest corporations in the world? Oh no, they're gonna fucking go away. Fuck off.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, when you explain to people that this is in lieu of the money you're already spending,
right,
and it's most likely going to be less than what you're already spending.
Yeah.
And you don't have deductibles and you won't have copays, and this is one criticism I do have about Bernie Sanders' Medicare for All push. It should have had a different name, because I hear this all the time, especially with my audience. I have a lot of older audience members, and their experience of Medicare is not great because they're like, look, it still costs money. I still have to, there's still Part D, and there's still like, I think prescriptions still cost something. So they're like, it's not free. You guys are making it out like it's free. Medicare for all and Medicare are not the same thing. So I wish he had given it a different name, because it just there's this connotation that is false. Whereas Medicare for all is more like a universal health care like you see in Canada, or you see in Europe, or Japan, and all these other countries that have figured it out somehow, that they have higher standards of living, that their health outcomes are better, and yet they, don't have a monthly fee that they pay. They don't have deductibles and copays. And if they do, it's like minimal. It's like that guy I told you about who voted for Trump and then was voting for Mamdani. And he was on, I think it was a More Perfect Union video. He was interviewed by them, and he was explaining that, I went to Japan. I was there I think he was there for like a year or something. And he's like, I wish everyone could go and experience it, because it's just so much better, with the social services. And he ended up in the emergency room one day. He was there all day, I think it was. Ended up costing him like $30, whereas here it would be thousands. Even if you have health insurance that you're paying already hundreds or thousands per month for. So.
I think the Medicare for all branding was, Bernie's not perfect. I think it was like, hey, how do I explain what single payer is to people? Or if they've heard of single payer, they're probably only in America have heard about it in a negative context. So what's popular? Medicare. Let me say Medicare for all, because it's a cleaner, just easier, shortcut way to explain it to people. And, I understand that. But yes, I think explaining, this is, Abdul's been doing a good job of that. Explaining. He did it on Waters even. Explain what that is. Like, this is one buyer, it's the government, and so it's not a profit motive, and they're not going to be overcharging you for all this stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Asif is just like, that's crazy. They're just like, no to every popular. And then what was the last one?
Anything people want, I'm against it.
Yeah. The filibuster is like, maybe filibuster.
Yeah. Which that's got to go. We need to expand the court. Just, and people on the left, when the Republicans are in charge, like right now, you really want to get rid of the filibuster? Yes, because I want everyone to show who they are.
Yeah.
Left, right, and center. I don't want people to hide behind the filibuster and be able to go, oh, well, there weren't enough votes, and, we just couldn't make it happen. But, I did the right thing. I took the right vote. Yeah, no, I want it to be a simple majority. Either this is popular or it's not. And you have to stand behind your votes on everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And in the meantime, until that happens, use it. Use it now. Use it like Mitch McConnell uses it. Like, there was a great video put out by Jamel Bowie, a great reporter, put on his YouTube channel, where he's like, what Democrats can learn from Mitch McConnell. And it's gum up the works. He stated in like 2013, like after Obama won his second term, my job is to make sure he does not get any wins at all. No bipartisan legislation, no even appointments of judges, anything normal business. We're going to gum up everything.
Yep.
Democrats, that is your job now.
Can you imagine Mitch McConnell going, I wrote a strongly worded letter to the Democrats. That's
he
what
had
I've
been replaced
done.
a decade ago, way before he died.
Yeah. This is like what I said the other day on my show, that, this is why Republicans have a higher approval rating among their base, and Democrats have a shit approval. because Republicans do what their base wants.
Yeah.
They make things happen. They screw with the Democrats. They play dirty. They sweep the leg, punch the throat. They do whatever it takes. And then you have the Democrats over here going, "Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, we will condemn Hasan Piker because you don't like him.
Yeah.
Please just don't be mean to us."
Don't
Jesus
call us
Christ.
communists. We're going to vote for a resolution to condemn communism.
Yeah,
We're
I don't want you to think we're communists. Oh my God, don't think that. Please don't.
We're
It's
going to
like, fuck
censure.
you. God damn, I'm
we're gonna
so
s-
sick of
Yeah.
these weak ass pathetic Democrats. I'm just fucking done with it.
Fucking losers. We're going to censure Ilhan Omar for
Yeah.
saying it's all about the Benjamins because AIPAC money is making decisions. And then we're not going to be called anti-Semitic. We're not going to be called anti-Semitic for having Ilhan Omar in our
Yeah, or
fucking-
we're
And
going to
then what
censure
happens?
Al Green because he stood up and
Oh my
yelled
God.
during the State of the Union. When Marjorie Taylor Greene, Lauren Boebert, how many others were standing up multiple times screaming at Joe Biden? Did they get censured? Did they have anybody on their side come out and condemn them? No.
And advance their careers.
What the fuck is wrong with Democrats? Jesus Christ, get off your fucking knees.
Yeah.
I'm so fed up with it.
They've been what's the team that always plays against the Globetrotters?
Mm.
They're the team. They're that team. They're the team
Yeah.
the Washington Sentinels, I think. Washington National, whatever it is. They're the team that is supposed to lose to the amazing, spectacular Globetrotters. That's what they've been doing for 30 fucking years, even with Bill Clinton in office. Basically just continuing the Reagan agenda under a different name. We're going to wave the flags of like diversity and hey, we're all good. Don't worry. We're all making money now. It's all good. That's it. That's it. And it's over. It's dying. It's the last death throes. We're taking over this motherfucking party and we're going to fucking actually help people. Because it's time. It's time.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's do another funny thing. I don't know if you saw this. This was from a while ago. It just cracks me up. Did you see this with Byron Donalds?
Speaks about the importance of education in front of a misspelled sign.
I don't know if you saw
Achievability. Oy vey.
He misspelled achievability.
Is achievability even a word?
I think it is. It sounds good. It's just
Achievable
spelled
is a
wrong. It's just, if you're gonna use it, you should spell it properly. Especially when you're talking about reading.
That's so funny.
So there's that, and then I have another good liars clip. I don't know if you saw this one.
I love them. They're so
funny. Shirt mean.
It means that the Democrats are stupid and that Trump should be president.
What are the three branches of government?
The three branches of government: legislative. Oh, fuck me.
He's drunk, probably.
Legislative. Oh.
Judicial.
You don't help me. Judicial.
She just said it, though. She said that.
Yeah. Judicial. I don't know
What
the
does
other
this
one.
have to do with politics, though?
Well, I mean, this does have to do with politics. I'm not well informed, but I am informed a little bit.
But you're tired of stupid Democrats.
Yes.
I mean, he was bad enough, but then you got the lady in the background. What does this have to do with politics?
And I'm like, the woman helps him with judicial and goes, don't help me.
Yeah.
Shut up,
yeah.
bitch. Shut up, woman.
What do the three branches of government have to do with politics? It's a mystery.
Oh, I don't know.
Total mystery, lady.
Didn't
We don't
Rick
know.
Perry do something similar? No, Rick
don't
Perry
know.
was asked what he wanted to cut, and he had like three things, and he forgot one of them. That's what it was. That was in like 2016, I think. But oh my God, dude! And again, I have my hands up. I am not super well informed. I watch fucking YouTube. I read Twitter. Like, that's where I'm getting this shit from, and I'm better informed than that guy.
Yeah.
Legislative, judicial, executive. I could actually get him. I could get him.
Yeah.
I had to think about it while
I'm
he was
telling you,
stalling.
I stand by it. The MAGA cult are the most low information voters that we have in the country.
Yes.
I mean, this was proven. This was proven with that. I don't know if you saw it, but this was a while ago. There was a university that conducted a study, and they found that people who watch Fear News Network are less informed than people who don't watch any news at all.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah.
it stuck out
And
to
for
me.
anybody, watching who didn't hear about this, the reason is people who at least don't watch Fox News, they're at least getting their news elsewhere. They're at least picking stuff up from social media. They're hearing stuff from friends and family members. So they're getting some reality, and they're getting information from, various sources and all sides. Whereas the people who watch Fear News Network are only getting that alternative universe, alternative fact
Yeah.
universe of lies. So
It's like comparing 0 versus -1. Like, if you're not watching any news, then neutral. Okay, you have a basic understanding of reality or whatever. Regardless, you watching Fox or right wing media, they're actively trying to convince you that reality is different than it is. So whatever you might think, oh yeah, no, the Earth is round, and like, climate change is a problem, and vaccines work, just common sense, like common knowledge. And here the right wing is like, actually, vaccines don't work, and they cause autism, or they kill you, or whatever it is, or the Earth is actually hollow or flat, or they're actively doing harm to your brain.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. And then we're coming in for a landing. I want to share or actually we have more stuff. We have a couple of things. We have a couple that you sent me. Let me bring this up. What's going on in Indiana is crazy. So why don't you set this up as I'm bringing up the video?
Yeah, so there was some storms that happened in Indiana, and then also more recently Tennessee, and power's been out for weeks. And we have heard Republicans, specifically Trump, talk about how we don't want to they're not going to send federal aid dollars to sanctuary cities or blue states or whatever Trump doesn't fucking like this week. And I doubt he even knows where Indiana is to send money to. But they've been
which is a red state. You would think that he would want to help them, but
yeah. I mean, I don't know where the governor of Indiana is out here. Is he begging Trump? Is he going on the news every fucking day going, hey, we need help, Trump, please?
Yeah.
It's nuts. And the community has come together to help themselves.
Yeah. Yeah. So just, more, I wouldn't even say corruption, but just more ineptitude from the Trump administration. So check this out, everybody.
Never been without power up for 12 days. Me and my family are blessed enough to be here. And there's over thousands of people that came out. We got food trucks, we got supplies. We here as a community, we here as a family. George, God bless you, man.
Thank you.
Absolutely. You want me to throw it in the trunk?
Who's my man? Roy's Royal Lemonade.
Backseat, I'm all right. You okay?
I appreciate y'all from the bottom of my heart. God bless y'all, man.
All right, we just left. It was over 4,000. It could be anywhere from 4,000 to 6,000 people that showed up on 2 days' notice. I'm speechless. I'm at a loss of words. I'm not gonna lie. Currently en route to a senior citizen complex that's been without power. We about to go take some food, take some meals for the people who couldn't be able to come out and stand in line or drive in line.
Oh, thank you, everybody.
Thinking about us, not forgetting about us.
We won't. You guys are not
forgotten. Thank you, young man. It's still very important.
To the Salvation Army. Shout out to Tyrese Halliburton. Shout out to every single person that contributed anyway. Shout out to every single person who was making videos about spreading the knowledge that this is happening right now, because I think it's crazy that it wasn't national news, and the fact that we play any part in that, I'm honored.
This city is 90% us, and we will never be forgotten about. And as long as I got lungs and I got air in them, I'm going to do everything I possibly can to make sure any community that look like mine will not be under-reserved and under-privileged. I appreciate y'all from the bottom of my heart.
Yeah, so that's Keith Edwards. From what I understand, he's like a food critic, like a big,
Okay.
influencer kind of food guy, and he's just like, "This is my community. I gotta fucking help," and nobody's coming. It's not a national story. I don't know why MSNBC or CNN ain't fucking talking about it. They're too busy talking about fucking Hasan. And
I know.
this is, there's a much longer, broader conversation that I want to have, probably with like Ben Dixon. Shout out Ben Dixon from his show and also this space, about the reign of fucking terror against black people, the lynchings that have been happening and whatnot. But this Gary, Indiana is also a majority of black town. So
yeah,
it could also be they don't want to fucking give because, hey, let the black people die. We don't care. It's Elon Musk may have stepped back from being part of the administration, but his influence is still felt. A lot of these policies that they're implementing, because they're all white supremacist policies.
Yeah. Well, you
It's
still
not
have
just Elon.
you still have Miller there.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's Miller. It's
he's like
JD,
the
it's
biggest
Peter
white
Thiel.
supremacist,
Right? Yeah,
in the entire group. So
it's
in the entire Trump administration.
It's fuck them, let them die.
Yeah, it's no wonder they don't want to help. A majority black area.
Yeah.
But yeah, and here's the thing. It's showing up. Like, it's showing up in the polls. It's showing up in the focus groups. Like, they are in trouble in the midterms because people see this administration is, number one, corrupt. Number two, just absolutely inept, completely incapable of doing anything to help the American people, actively harming the American people, lying about the Epstein files, lying about, so many other things. Trump lining his pockets, his family lining their pockets. So I actually have a clip I want to show everybody. I don't know who this guy is. I looked him up, and apparently he has some sort of right-wing radio show, but this is a podcast. And he's just floored. He's like, are we just like giving up? Like, have we just decided like this isn't going to work? We're not going to win, so we're just not even going to try. So check this out.
Are you giving up on November? Sean Spicer told me.
Shoot. Sorry. Did it again.
Oops, I did it again.
They're going to DMCA you. Your voice is too good.
He is sitting on a
Let me rewind it.
Are we already giving up on November? Sean Spicer told me the GOP is sitting on a gargantuan amount of money, a gigantic amount of money. We are 70, 71 days, something like that, away from the election, and they're not spending it. Are we saving it for 2028? What is happening? This is malpractice. And I'm not saying we're going to lose the Texas Senate seat, but we might. I'll tell you this. You know what Sean Spicer told me? It's a 1-point race right now. 1 point in one of the reddest states in the country. And why wouldn't it be 1 point? Bottom is on every single TV commercial, driving a Ford truck, talking about groceries and Jesus with Pawpaw. And Ken Paxton is nowhere to be found because the GOP's not spending any money. And I'm told that that same thing is happening in Georgia, that John Ossoff is unloading money. He's all over the airwaves. GOP candidate non-existent. North Carolina non-existent. Michigan non-existent. And now I get a story that Jared Kushner is already meeting with the probable, I guess, next Speaker of the House on areas of common ground. Are we in the negotiating the surrender phase?
Yeah. So thank you, Jesse Kelly, for explaining that, because I remember him from I want to say OWN or like Newsmax or something. He was one of those guys.
Okay.
But that's a lot of the speculation of why Hakeem met with Kushner was the Trump people already know they're going to lose. So they're trying to like negotiate like, hey, you know, you're not going to actually like prosecute us, right? Like that kind of shit. And yeah, malpractice on Hakeem's part. But even look, devil's advocate, that's my name. He's mad because he's like, yeah, they're giving up. And again, they have fucking billionaires. They have tons of fucking money. They have a trillionaire.
Oh yeah,
who could
Trump
spend
is
money in
apparently
Georgia and
sitting
North
on
Carolina.
hundreds of millions of dollars and not doing anything with it. So, but I mean, what I find funny is this guy clearly, you know, has his own show, is pretty well known, supposedly, you know, a political commentator and pundit. He didn't know before Sean Spicer told him that Tallarico was up.
Right.
And that it was a 1 point 1 point race. Like, how do you not know? This is what I don't get. Like, am I the only crazy person who like spends every waking moment listening to the news and watching the news and reading and researching? Like, I feel like, what is everybody else out doing? Having a life? Like, am I the only one who doesn't have a life?
I mean, I'm right there with you. On my vacation, I could not stop watching videos talking about the news and what's going on to the point where my wife had to be like, dude, you're on vacation. Relax.
When I'm making my breakfast, when I'm cooking dinner, when I'm, you know, getting the dogs food, when I'm feeding the cats, when I'm like doing my hair and makeup, like it's when I say 24/7, I'm only slightly exaggerating. So, but I don't even think you need to be that steeped in it. Like, how do you have a political show?
Right.
You're going to go on to talk about the midterms, and you don't know already Sean freaking Spicer is the one who's filling you in, the guy who we all thought fell off the face of the earth, who hasn't been seen since, you know, he did his whole we wish, but practically since he did his whole Donald Trump had the biggest crowd ever.
His legacy is his legacy is Melissa McCarthy playing him on SNL.
Yeah, that was hysterical.
That was
with her little
great.
motorized.
Oh, it's so fucking funny. That was so fucking funny. My wife still brings it up. It's like, dude,
podium.
Yeah, it was so funny.
Going after everybody,
like
getting all mad.
He also has landed on like Newsmax or one of those things, News Nation.
Oh,
he has a show. He's still out there. But again, let him. Just my reiteration
that must
of my
be real
Tucker.
popular.
That's what I'm saying. Like O'Reilly too. Let them go the way of O'Reilly and Spicer. I don't want to hear about Tucker Carlson. Oh, he's going viral again. No, let him go away. Let him go away. You don't need to talk about him anymore. He's not on Fox. It's fine.
Yeah.
Leave him alone.
Well, we are past 2:00. I think that's probably good for today. Did a lot of cussing in this one. We're like what's her face? Cray Cray. Nancy Mace.
Oh yeah. Get maced.
My God.
Unbossed and unbothered. Look at all my tattoos.
Oh my God, look how cool I am. I'm all tatted up.
Well,
God,
we are at the end of the show.
Hell, we may even be able to cuss. HE double hockey sticks.
At the end of the show today, I do want to point out you did a great interview with Owen Schroyer, who was part of InfoWars with Alex Jones.
Yeah.
That came out, yesterday?
Wednesday. Yeah.
I just watched it this morning. It was really good. The only thing is I asked you to ask him if he still believes the Sandy Hook people were actors. And you didn't. And why not?
Yeah. I need to have him back on. He had a very limited amount of time.
Mhm.
And so I really want to get into more of all of that with him when he
And it also,
if he comes back on.
yeah,
And I have other questions too, like that I want to ask him.
yeah,
But for the most part, I wanted to see where he's at right now. I really wanted to get his feedback on his audience, his perspective of, why he's done with Trump, where he sees the MAGA movement going. And I have to say, I got a lot of shit after the Mark Mitchell interview, got a lot of shit in my comment section over Owen Schroyer. And here's where I am with things. I will align with anyone. I will stand with anyone. I will fight with anyone who wants to see justice for the Epstein survivors. That is that, and using our tax dollars to benefit the American people for healthcare, for paid family leave, for as long as you are someone who is standing for that, who says, I want to expose all of these pedophiles in our government and elsewhere and throughout the country, and get some sort of justice for these women who were horrifically abused as children. That is who I'm going to stand with.
no.
I take a lot of exception to like the Puritans in the party. And I look at it as kind of the Puritans in the vegan movement, which I'm very involved in.
Mhm.
They'll say, oh, well, you shouldn't tell people to eat Beyond Meat or Impossible Burgers, or, you shouldn't be pushing people to eat, man-made foods and these things that look like animals protein.
Okay.
And it's like, do you want to save animals' lives or not?
Yeah.
Like if your goal is to just be a Puritan and to be like the special one, the golden child, and oh, I'm better than you because I don't eat anything out of a package. I would never eat something that looks like a chicken nugget or looks like a steak or a hot dog, and any form of animal protein. Good for you. Good for you. How many fucking animals did you save today?
Right.
How many people did you convince to go vegan? Because I can tell you this, my first experience of plant-based food was going to a restaurant that served a substance that looks like chicken. It was made from soy, but it looked like chicken, tasted like chicken. After decades of eating meat, if I had been exposed to veganism in the way the Puritans wanted, I don't know that I would have become a plant-based eater. I don't know that it would have worked. And I look at it the same way. It's like, okay, so anybody who has changed their mind about Trump, we are supposed to just immediately turn our backs on them and go, too fucking bad. You should have figured it out sooner.
Right. Right.
Where does
And
that get us?
I don't agree with that
Where
either.
does that freaking get us?
Exactly.
And it's like, is that going to help the Epstein victims?
Right.
Is that going to bring these people, these sick fucking child fuckers, to justice? No. So, and who wins? Who benefits by that? By us being completely divided and never having any grace or acceptance for anybody who unfortunately made a huge mistake and voted for a sociopath. So
I'm with you. All I would say is, I mean, hell, if we could schedule it in a way where I could come on, that'd be great. I would love some questions, and I'd be nice. I promise.
Yeah.
I'm just like, whatever they say. And this is how I watched your interview with Mitchell, and how I watch your interview with Owen. Everything they say, I take with a grain of salt and go,
yeah.
all right, they're not going to say they're going to say, like Tucker Carlson, oh, I was duped and I was confused and I didn't know what I was doing. I was caught up in the moment and I voted for Trump and I encourage people to vote for Trump and blah, blah, blah. Okay.
Yeah.
I also know that he's wildly unpopular, even with the base, right? So you're also, and I know specifically with Owen Schroyer, you're looking
Mhm.
for money because InfoWars is done. It's over. Like Alex Jones he's bleeding out. He still has money he owes to the families of Sandy Hook, and so like you're removing yourself from what he said in the
Well,
interview, like
I will say this: he left way before Infowars was over. He left like I don't know, a
was it
year
before the
or more
lawsuit?
ago.
Yeah,
What
but
was
it
that?
wasn't before the lawsuit began. The lawsuit
No,
began
it
already.
wasn't before the lawsuit began, but it was because he got up and walked out in the middle of a show
Yeah, I actually
and
remember
quit
that.
because of the way Alex Jones was acting, the way he was interrupting his segments, and
Yeah,
and then coming down on him about having any kind of negativity or critiquing Donald Trump in any way. So I
yeah,
will give him that.
yeah. And I actually
It
remember when
was
he mentioned
wasn't
that.
just it wasn't about, to my knowledge, it wasn't about money.
Right. And I actually
Um,
remember when that happened because I think the Vanguard covered a little bit of that. Like the conflict,
oh, okay.
Alex
Yeah.
kept interrupting him and talking over, and you'd see his face like, what the fuck, dude, this is my
Yeah.
segment. It's almost like when Anna's talking and Cenk is like interrupting her on
Yeah.
TYT. So
Yeah.
again, I get it. But then, you know, same thing with Mitchell, where he goes like, JD Vance is a man of integrity, and I'm like, I'm not gonna
Yeah,
follow you there.
that's
Or
yeah.
like, oh, Tucker Carlson's got good ideas with this third party. I'm like, no. Whenever they talk
Yeah.
about, I actually went through the 10 tenets of Tucker's plan the other day on the show on this space. Follow this space, folks. That
Mhm.
anytime they talk about like we don't want to no more wars, like that was a big thing that Owen was talking about in the interview. Like a big thing for me was no more foreign wars, stop getting
Mhm.
involved. It's not because they think war is bad and they don't want to do that. It's because they're isolationists and they don't believe. Tucker Carlson has said it explicitly. He doesn't think America should have gotten involved in World War II. And it's
Yeah.
like, look, that might be like one of the only justifiable wars to get
Yeah,
involved in.
there are going to be places where we agree with people on the right, the America Firsters, but for different reasons.
Right.
You
And if
know?
it can in the short term, like get the votes to get the Epstein people to be brought to justice, sure.
Mhm.
But that's also key too.
Yeah.
They don't get to, you're admitting you're wrong. You're admitting you were wrong, or at least you made a mistake and you're changing your mind now. Okay, then listen to who I put up. Then you're going to vote for this candidate, for this fucking DSA candidate, because that's who's going to get you the things you say you want. And if you are going to put up a fight and no, actually, we should have fucking Marjorie Taylor Greene, or we should have this person who just 5 minutes ago left the MAGA movement or whatever it is. No, then it's you're just trying to rebuild a Republican Party that has been so publicly dragged through the mud by Donald Trump
Yeah.
himself, and you're just trying to build a new version of the Republican Party.
Yeah. No, that's why I
That's all.
told Owen, it can't be Tucker Carlson. It
Yeah.
can't be Marjorie Taylor
And
Greene.
I
It can't be
appreciate your interview.
these divisive figures who, we see, especially Tucker Carlson, as being, a race baiter. And I liked his suggestion of a Ro Khanna Thomas Massey matchup, or ticket. I would totally go for that. I trust Ro Khanna. I think he's an honest
I
guy.
trust him like half of the time. For every time he's like, hey, we got to release the Epstein files. Then the next day he's like, we should try and bring Elon Musk back into the Democratic Party. Or we should, he's advocating for a billionaire tax. And then he's talking about, fucking like it's back and forth with him. And Massey, I think, is the only thing he's done is the Epstein thing, and like rhetorically shitting on Trump. But
well, he did not vote for the big beautiful bill, the big butt ugly bill.
Okay.
Again, we agree with him on that for different reasons, right? His thing was the debt, the deficit. That's why he didn't go for it, not because, to my knowledge, at least, not because it would, kick millions of Americans off of social services that they rely on, and kill people, children around the world. But anyway,
to quote Mayor Tandon, the big tent needs tent poles.
Yeah. I mean, let's be realistic, though. They're not going to go that, the America Firsters aren't going to go for a DSA candidate any more than we would go for a MAGA candidate.
I mean, Mamdani's popularity, like you said earlier.
Yeah.
They would vote for a guy who's like, I'm going to fix fucking potholes. Like, I'm going to fix potholes. I'm going to fucking make the jungle gyms nice.
That's why I think conversation between the two sides is good, because
me too.
When everybody's so siloed in their media bubble, there's things that we're not hearing. There's things that they're not hearing.
Yeah.
There's so many. I mean, there were so many things that I brought up to Mark Mitchell and this is a guy who does polling. This is a guy who's very steeped in politics, and he admitted, I'm not looking at the same news that you're looking at.
Yeah.
This is why I love Breaking Point so much. This is why it's one of my favorite shows, because you do have, two hosts that are on the right and two hosts that are on the left. And there's a lot that they can agree on and a lot of crossover. And then they can respectfully argue and debate the things that they disagree on. But they're all honest actors. They're not there just to get, a viral clip or just to make a point and, own a lib or own the right or whatever. It's a legitimate debate on issues and coming from a logical place. And a place of mutual respect. And so if we can do that, and, if we're willing to have open minds, they're willing to have open minds and look at things realistically and go, okay, yeah, actually, Mamdani has done a lot of good. And this is why he's so popular.
Right.
And so, yeah, maybe we should adopt some of this.
Yeah.
But yeah, if everybody just goes to their corners, we're going to get nothing done. The only thing that it solves, the only thing that it does or doesn't solve is enabling the establishment to continue with the status quo. It enables these corporate Democrats and Republicans, these owned, bought and paid for politicians and their corporate masters and the oligarchs to continue pulling the strings, paying them to do nothing for the rest of us, and continue to bury all of these pieces of shit who harmed little girls.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, and I appreciate your interview style. I think it's really good. You are very cordial, but also firm on where you stand. I'd encourage anyone who doubted, her even interviewing Owen Schroyer or Mitchell.
Yeah.
Go look at Anna Kasparian's interview with Owen Schroyer and how deferential she is to him, and how she's almost his feet, apologizing for the TYT InfoWars dust up that happened a decade ago at Politicon. That's someone who's sucking up to the right, who's trying to grift or trying to make bedfellows. Gina's trying to get information and go, I mean, look at her. She's constantly talking about polling and data points. She's gathering data.
Yeah.
Why do you not like Trump anymore? What happened? Follow me, walk me through it. It's very informative.
And the thing is, as I've said so many times before, it creates a permission structure. if people who, wouldn't normally like me, listen to my content, or, trust anything I have to say, okay, well, will you trust someone who also is a 3-time Trump voter who went to jail for him
Yeah.
multiple times and is now saying this shit is wrong, So I think it's helpful. You don't have to capitulate, Am I going to apologize for the way I covered, January 6th cases and Owen's case? No. I felt the way I felt. I felt it was wrong. And I have said too, I think that he was one of the few who was over prosecuted. He didn't even go in the building. So I think it was a little bit harsh. And I understand he had a, previous arrest, which was also kind of bullshit. I mean, I think that we should be able to go to Congress and protest and, yell at them and tell them off when we disagree, whether I agree with his point or not and the reason he was there. But, every case was not the same, obviously. I mean, there were some people who were absolutely, completely out of control and violent and beat the shit out of cops. So there were people who had weapons, and then there were people who just walked around.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just like, I don't expect him to come on and apologize for everything that he has said or done in the past. I mean, it would take,
forever.
Weeks
Yeah.
of a 24/7 podcast, for us to go back and forth on all of that shit. My focus right now is we're in a world of shit.
Yeah.
I have seriously never felt more like our country was on the brink of collapse.
Yeah.
And I feel especially like we are sitting ducks right now because Donald Trump and Pete, pickled Pete Hegseth have cocked up this war so bad, depleted all of our weapons. And now you have all of these enemies around the globe looking at us, just, rubbing their hands together, like salivating, going and knowing that we're in a weak position.
Yeah.
And they could just about do anything to us and we can't fight back.
Yeah.
I mean, this is where we are. So the enemy of my enemy is my,
Look, better metaphor. We're in a world of shit. If they're willing to grab a shovel and help us dig out, grab the shovel. Once we can see the top layer, then we can debate how we're going to clean up all the shit.
Right. Then we can debate all the other minutia, all the other stuff that is not world ending, isn't going to destroy the country. But yeah, I just think that these conversations need to happen, and it can't be about, oh, I just want to get, I had people accusing me, oh, you're just a grifter, you're this. If I was a grifter, I would have been on the attack trying to create a viral moment, trying to create clippable moments of me attacking him or get him to attack me. I mean, that's not what it's about for me. It's about having honest conversations with people who truly do want to come to the table and put their best foot forward and not just be there to argue and try to get their own viral moment,
Yeah.
or win something. I mean, the prize here, what's at stake here is our country.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's not being hyperbolic. It's legitimate. So,
yes. And on that note, folks, thank you much for watching on Flow Fridays, where we let it flow, let it free bleed all over the place and get our news. Talk about the news.
Notepad, no poon plug.
Poon plug I'm using. You have no idea how funny that is. Poon plug. I've never. So my dog's name is Rune, and you know how it is with animals. You're Rooney Poony, you Rooney Gaga. Now we call him Poon sometimes, and now.
Oh no!
Now we're gonna call anything he does. Hey, Poon plug, get him over here.
That's funny.
It hit me well.
Yeah.
And just a programming note, folks, we're gonna be off next week and the following week. And then we will be back on the 18th.
Yeah, I will have content for you guys, but it will not be, we will not have the live stream. I will be on a working holiday this coming week. And then the following Friday, I have a funeral to go to. So fun, fun, baby.
So
White
plug it up. No flow on Friday. The next two flows, you got to plug it up with that poon plug. And then on the 18th, we'll let it all out again.
That's right. That's right.
Thanks, folks. Appreciate
All
you.
right.
Follow Raw News
Thank
and
you.
Politics. Follow Devil's
Yes.
Advocate Productions on YouTube and Twitch. I am Devil's Advocate C, the letter C, on Twitter and Blue Sky. Also, This Space TV, that's on YouTube. That is how we know each other. You got, well, it's live Mondays through Thursdays. Tons of hosts. We're getting more hosts. We're building it up. We want this to be the 24-hour leftist news network, and even have like a site in case YouTube cracks down on leftists, where okay, all leftist content is gone. You can go to this site, and this space is still alive.
It
That's
will be
the
the
idea.
new CNN, the Commie News Network.
Yeah, the real home of progressives. Fuck QIT.
All right. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a great weekend. Again, we will be off the next 2 Fridays from the live stream, but you can find content, pretty much new content every day over on my channel on Raw News and Politics. And again, Devil's Advocate Productions for Alex. So thank you all. Take care. Love you all.
Bye-bye.